Hello everyone, I'm Beryllium7 and I'm here to tell you about object-oriented programming in C++. Now, if you ask any special expert what C++ is, they will tell you that it's an object-oriented programming language. What does that mean? Well, it basically means that we can deal with objects in C++. Now, let's say we have a new box. So just picture in your mind there's a box. Now this box has a few different attributes, right? Its size, its color, whatever's inside of it, its contents, maybe some labels on it, who cares? But the bottom line is we have a box with different attributes. Now that's basically what C++ allows us to do. It allows us to make our own box very easily. Now, without object-oriented programming, we can make a new integer called size. We can make a new string called, I don't know. We'll call the new string contents. It's, say, 5 contents, and whatever is inside the box. Then make another string for color, just because we're fun that way. Now, we have these 3 objects, and we can change them and use them in our program. Nothing really special. It's kind of boring. Sorry, boring, average, stuff that I've already taught you. But there's something unfortunate. That's not the real way to program C++, and that's not really the professional way of writing a program. In C++, all the experts use classes. Yes. What a class is what a class is. Okay, a class is a big piece of memory. It's technically a variable that has lots of different attributes, not just one value. Now you remember, now this is how you make a class. Inside of it are members. Member variables are called members, but really they're attributes. Don't tell anyone. Now, what we can do with this box is we can make a new box because it's a variable. It's basically an enumerated type of different sections of the variable. Let's make a new box. Let's call it big box. No, we'll just call it B. Now, big box has all of these different variables. It just hasn't shown them yet. Now, let's have some fun with big box. Let's say big box equals 15. No, we can't do that. I'm sorry, that is an error. Big box is not a variable. It is a bunch of different variables. It's an object. It's an object with different attributes. So we have to use the special dot operator. Big box dot size. Big box dot size. What does that mean? Well, it means the size of big box. Interesting. Basically, when we read this backwards, the dot operator means of. Yeah. We're setting the color of the big box equal to blue. Blue is the color of big box. It makes lots of sense. 15 is the size of big box. Very interesting. That's basically how it works in these classes. You have dot operator basically means backwards of. You can have the size of big box and the different attributes, whatever they may be, which are declared in here, of big box. Pretty straightforward. But there are a few more things we can do with classes. Let's make a new function. A function, you say? Why don't we make a function? Well, I'll show you. Void show with no arguments or no return value because it's void. Remember that? Yes, you do. Okay. Let's say show this. It just shows the size and the end of the line. Just a simple cout. Now, what we can do is we first declared the size of big box to be 15. Now we can say big box dot show. Cool, huh? First we have we can have variables in this big box. Now we can have functions, things that do things in this class of big box. Now let's try this program out. Ah, seems there's a problem. Now let's take a look at our little problem box. And trust me, I did this on purpose. Trust me. Now let's look at this little problem box here. It says int box size is private. Private? What does that mean? Means that it's private. Now, what we have here is a little label, but without it, it basically implies that all this stuff. Let's just see. This is a label that says public, colon. What this stuff is it is all public. We allow all this stuff to be public, but without it, the C++ compiler thinks that it is private, that it cannot be accessed from outside or inside, well, mainly outside of the class. So let's call all this stuff public. Now you can also have another label called private, and then you can make more variables, say in block. You can make more variables that are private that cannot be accessed. But if you're the one writing the program, quite frankly, I find that useless because you don't need to hide anything from yourself, do you now? Okay, here we go. 15. What it did is we made the size big box dot size equals 15. Then we showed 15. Pretty simple and straightforward. Now don't forget this is a variable, so just like an enumerated type, we can make an array of big boxes. And of course you'd have to change, we'd have to, that stuff. But we're not doing that for now. So that makes a lot of sense to you, then makes a lot of sense to me. So I guess that's it. You're probably going to need to be practicing with that because classes and objects are pretty complicated and weird and difficult stuff to deal with in any language. But it's very crucial to be a real C++ programmer. So practice up with that. Subscribe to Beryllium 7. Live long and prosper, and thank you.